Hello and welcome back to video number two. And we're going to be looking at mindset and how to work with your thinking habits when you go into your tendency. So, just a quick reminder, in video one, we talked about the habits that our defense strategies come out as. So, the habit number one was trying hard, always feeling like you have to try hard, never feeling like I've got this. Habit number two was always using humor or deflecting because you don't feel comfortable with the intimacy of feeling your nerves actually or connecting with the audience. So, humor types. We've also got shrinkers, people who really make themselves small, and we've also got aloof types, those who emotionally distance between, become a bit cool, analytical, cynical. Um, so a recap on why this happens, it's really our defense strategies are really because, we were not wired to live in the world that we're living in. And so they're habits of the body to try and keep us from actually not doing the thing. So our thinking habits correlate with what goes on in the body. So hopefully, between you've already been reflecting on this since you watched the first video, but I want to talk about some of the thinking habits that tend to correlate with those four tendencies. So me as a try harder, my thinking habits are normally around like, oh, it's got to be really, really good, or I don't feel quite ready, or I've got to improve this, or it might be thinking habits or about my own capabilities. I might just go into a habit of self-doubt, like, oh, I'm not good enough. I shouldn't be there. So it's often it's doubting constantly. It's the habits of thinking that we're not quite ready. So that try hard, it feels like you're never ever ready because that thinking locks it into place. With humor types, it's a little bit different because humor types are often, they might be quite confident, they're just not comfortable with that kind of intimacy. So, humor types are often like a little bit cynical as well, like, oh, this is all a bit fancy, or they might undermine the situation a little bit like the cynical types in a way. They're sort of deflecting from the importance to try and distance themselves from, oh, this is nothing, this is stupid, oh, let's just goof around. So that it might be that your thinking is a kind of you're laughing at the situation that you're in to try and make you feel a bit safer. So it might be like joking or seeing the situation as not that important anyway. Shrinking types is often imposter syndrome is going on there, like, oh, I shouldn't be here, I'm not good enough. It might be comparison thinking, like, you know, I don't know why they invited me. That person's much better than me. So shrinker types are often like really criticizing themselves, making themselves feel less than confident because they're focusing on, the aspects of them that they don't think are so great. So, my place of habit might be, oh God, I'm just stupid. Why would anyone listen to me? And that would make me shrink. So the final tendencies are the cynical types, and their thinking is often criticizing people out there. It's blaming or thinking everybody out there is a bit stupid, and they're basically trying to make themselves feel better than everybody else as a strategy to make them feel more comfortable. So the thing is, whatever your thinking patterns are, it's not reality, it's the projections of the mind, basically trying to distance you from being there, from being present. So, what to do about this is first of all, get really, really fascinated with your own thinking habits. So, what I tend to do is when I notice the try hard come on, I just pause, I close my eyes, and I just sit with myself and I ask myself, what am I saying? verbatim, what am I saying? So getting really familiar with some of those messages that are really often just on a loop, and they probably come out in quite a similar loop every single time you're in a stressful situation. So what are the exact words and phrases that you use? Because the more familiar you are with that negative voice, the more you have a chance to actually change the lens that you're looking at the situation through. But you can't do it if it's just a habit, because a habit can happen so quickly. We've got to get really, really skilled at spotting it. So that's the first thing. Get familiar with your thinking pattern. What are the exact words you use? And the second part is really learning to think differently. So I've got three suggestions here of how you might think differently. So the first question is, what is important to you about this situation? What is important to you about this situation? So connect into something deeply within yourself. So that connects you to your values or having a sense of purpose. So what's important to you about this situation? That's question number one. Question number two is, who's going to benefit from this piece of communication? Who's going to benefit? And what that question does, it helps you start to connect to your audience. Okay, so who is going to benefit from you doing this communication? And it helps you to sort of like just begin to connect more. Okay. The third one, I think this is really important, is reflect on your greatest qualities and strengths. Reflect on your greatest qualities and strengths. And the reason that is there is because, especially if you're a try-hard or a shrinker, you can guarantee you've gone into a mode of thinking that's fixating on your weaknesses. So what we want to do is open up the mindset and help you to get back on track with who you really are. So I want you to take a piece of paper and write down, what are your qualities and what are your strengths? And if you want to ask other people, that is also a really, really good thing to do. All right, so I'll just recap. First of all, what's important to you about this situation? What's important about this message, this communication? What's important to you? Why do you care? Number two, who's going to benefit from this and how will they benefit? And number three, what are your greatest qualities and skills? All right. So I hope that is beneficial. Things won't change unless you take control. So I think it's really, really important to be aware that building confidence actually is like going to the gym. You can't go to the gym just once and hope you're going to have a strong body. This is a life practice. And to move our careers forward, to step into new levels of success and achievement, it really requires you being able to take charge of that brain of yours and learning how to control the mental habits that you're in. So today's reflection should really, really give you a chance to make a difference to how you see yourself and how you view the situation that you're going into. So good luck, and I'll see you for the next video. And we're going to look at the body. Bye for now.